good morning, everyone. Good morning, everyone. I can't hear the response. Good morning, everyone. All right. Thank you so much for making time for today's event. And this is proudly sponsored by Workflow and powered by HR Focus Universe. I am Joseph Abuaja Asante, and I'll be your MC for today's event. So if you just walked in, earlier it was announced that you can visit the various stands just to have a fair idea on what the various companies will be exhibiting. Again, we have coffee, we have Milo as well. If you want to just have a beverage or just take breakfast, you can make your way to the left and then serve yourself. And also, we'll be reconvening at 9:30 a.m. for the opening prayer and the welcome address. So please feel free, walk to any of the stands. You can also have coffee or Milo, just as I said earlier. And if you want to visit the washroom, just take your right behind the pull-up banners. The washrooms are there. So once again, you are welcome and do enjoy your stay. Thank you so much for making time for today's event. I'll see you at 9:30 a.m. Thank you.
Your helping hand in navigating the ever-evolving world of HR is here. Call us today on 0302 717 039 or 0302 716 986 to get started. Ready, set, go! For 30 years, we've been redefining HR. Now, all that experience comes together in Workflow, the tool designed to help HR teams thrive. Handle payroll processing quickly and accurately. Keep your HR tasks and employee records organized so nothing falls through the cracks. Give employees control through the self-portal for requests and information. Ready to make HR effortless? Your helping hand in navigating the ever-evolving world of HR is here. Call us today on 0302 717 039 or 0302 716 986 to get started. Ready, set, go! For 30 years, we've been redefining HR. Now, all that experience comes together in Workflow, the tool designed to help HR teams thrive. Handle payroll processing quickly and accurately. Keep your HR tasks and employee records organized so nothing falls through the
Thank you.
Crafted for
Nyami Put your hands together for Jesus.
Teenagers are building businesses with AI, while the only
All right. Good morning once again. Oh, are you hungry already? Good morning once again. All right. You're welcome once again to today's event. And we want to start with a short opening prayer. We want to call on Janet Danswa of HR Focus Universe to give us the opening prayer. Let's appreciate her as she comes, please.
Thank you. Shall we pray? Our dear Lord and Master Jesus, we thank you for this morning. We thank you for this gathering today. We commit today's event into your hands. We ask that you take absolute control, that you cause all things to work together for our good, and that everyone gathered here would have a lovely experience today. We give you all the glory. We give you all the praise. In Jesus' mighty name have we prayed with so much thanksgiving. Amen.
Thank you very much, Janet. And we just want to acknowledge our sponsors for this event. We are proudly sponsored by Workflow and MEST, Newmont Ghana, Samara Group, KGL. Let's please appreciate our sponsors for putting this together. Let's give them a round of applause. Let's give them a round of applause. And very shortly, we'll be having the welcome address by a very important personality. But before we welcome him, we'll be grateful if we can just take either a selfie if you are comfortable, if you can just share on various social media platforms that the program has started, and then if anyone is coming, he or she should be quick because the program has actually started. So if you can just go to your various social media platforms and just create the awareness that the program is ongoing, we would greatly appreciate it. If you don't have a hotspot, just tap someone to give you a hotspot so you can take a selfie and post it. Yes, so please do that for us quickly. We greatly appreciate that. Let's just share the news on various social media platforms that the HR Tech Expo is happening right here at the Accra International Conference Center. I can see nobody's taking me a picture, so I'll just try and take my own picture. MCs are always isolated. I don't know why, but someone should also take me a picture and put it on social media that the program has actually started. And if you haven't said hello to the person seated next to you, it will be a great opportunity for you to just say hello to that person. And if you came with someone, maybe you should just separate yourself just for today. Go and sit with someone you don't know. So if you want to walk around and also introduce yourself to someone, the company you are representing, whether you came on your own accord, just feel free, walk to the person seated next to you, behind you, in front of you, and just introduce yourself. It is said that your network is your net worth. So take advantage of this opportunity to introduce yourself as well to anyone that you'd want to interact with. If you can exchange your call cards, if you can exchange your business cards, do feel free to do the needful. And we are aware it's a working day, yet you took time off your busy schedule to be here with us. We really appreciate it. We really, really appreciate it. If for some reason you run away from work, may God protect you so that nobody will see you. May God protect you. I pray that you'll be protected. Nobody will see you and go and choke you. So please just feel free, walk around, say hi to someone. And then the exhibitor stands are also here. So you can just walk to any of the exhibition stands just to introduce yourself. The time will come, but in the interim, if you just want to do that real quick, you are free to just go and say hello to them. And then you can interact with them. I can see some people are still sitting. Oh, they are shy. They are shy. But let's put shyness aside. I'm tempted to call some people I know to ask whether they've spoken to someone. I'm seeing Evans and a few people, but I will not put them on the spot. Anyway, once again, you are welcome to today's event. It promises to be exciting. There are a number of highlights for today's event. We shall have speed interviews. We shall have keynote addresses. we shall have a panel discussion, and also we shall visit the various exhibition stands to have a fair idea on what they are using technology to do in today's evolving world. Okay. At this juncture, I would want to invite an important person to give us the keynote address. Last year, Friday, 28th June 2024, this event was held at the MTN head office. And I remember he gave us some insight on how payroll transitioned from the HR department to the accounting department, because HRs don't have an appreciation for numbers. And today, too, he's here to give us the welcome address. So in the interest of time, I would want to welcome Mr. James Laar, the Managing Director of Lene HR, to give us the welcome address. Please, let's appreciate him. If you don't clap, he can decide to close the program. Please appreciate him as he comes. Let's appreciate him as he comes. Let's do it better for him, please. You're welcome, sir.
Good morning, everyone. It's exciting to see all of us here another year. Can you please rise up for a second? Some people have been sitting for the past, so it's good to stand up. I want to test your loyalty in following leadership and your faith. So please make a fist. Make a fist and touch your chin. Is that your chin? Is that your chin? Okay, please sit down. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. But this is just a test of how leaders can sway the entire population. If I ask you to touch your chin and I touch my cheek, you're also likely to touch your cheek. So we do a lot of observation, or we follow based on observation, rather than the company culture that is written, right? So last night or early this morning at dawn, we did a test because today is HR Tech Playground. We actually want to focus on the exhibitions and the demos, but we will have a keynote speech, solidarity, and panel discussions at various points, but I want to focus on HR Tech exhibition. So we did a test of how some of the tech and AI, if it's not regulated, will have issues. And that is why we're actually taking the time to have the various regulators and protectors, or those who make policy concerning how we use the internet, HR tech, and AI. So you are going to have a version of me, the AI version of James, to give the welcome address. So
good morning, distinguished guests, the Honorable Minister of Communications, Digital Technology and Innovations, Executive Director of UN Global Compact Network Ghana, resource persons, tech innovators, HR professionals, partners, sponsors, and friends. On behalf of HR Focus Africa Magazine, Lene HR, and all our collaborators, I warmly welcome you to the second edition of the HR Tech Playground, a space where people, innovation, and purpose converge. For over 30 years, Lineage HR has championed meaningful platforms for shared learning, growth, and transformation. This playground is no exception. It is born from a pressing need to bridge the widening gap between traditional HR practice and the transformative power of emerging technologies like AI, data analytics, and digital platforms. A world that is moving at the speed of lightning, HR cannot afford to move at the pace of paperwork. However, in Ghana and across Africa, many organizations are still entangled in manual processes and disjointed systems. HR tech is no longer a luxury. It is an enabler of agility, insight, speed, and strategy. Whether it's recruitment, onboarding, performance management, learning, reward, or exit processes, technology has redefined what's possible. The theme for today's event is Powering Global Talent Innovation through AI, Technology, and Strategy. It captures the very essence of what we believe is the future. Agile people first, smart tech-enabled solutions, and globally competitive sustainable workplaces. This is not only about automation and exhibitions. It is a movement for connections between developers and practitioners, investors and innovators, regulators and users. A space to showcase and interrogate, a platform where solutions meet strategy and where collaboration beats competition. You might ask, why is Workflow, a major HR tech provider, offering space for other solution providers, including competitors? This is because we believe in ecosystem thinking. When one solution rises, we all benefit. When one innovation solves a real pain point, society wins. Let's embrace our own. However, as we celebrate your diverse ideas in tech and innovation, let us be mindful to ensure our diversity converge at a common goal. That is what the UN SDG 17 is all about. Partnerships for sustainable development. Innovation must provide a solution to existing or emerging challenges and should be environmentally sustainable. HR software doesn't have to cost an arm and a leg. In fact, it doesn't have to be expensive to be useful. We also anchor this gathering in the national bold ambition. Ghana government has declared its intent to become a regional leader in digital technology and innovation with the 1 million coders program, which is equivalent to about 3% of the Ghanaian population. Meanwhile, China already has 9.4 million coders, which is equivalent to 0.7% of the Chinese population as of 2024. But if we sustain our efforts, we can be ahead of China. The future doesn't belong to only them, it also belongs to us. As innovators, we also align our efforts with the UN Sustainable Development Goals for decent work and economic growth, industry, innovation, and resilient infrastructure, strong institutions and data governance, and strategic partnership for shared prosperity. We are honored to have the Ministry of Communications, Digital Technology and Innovations here, which indicates government's strong support to tech and innovation. The UN Global Compact Network Ghana is also here with us, whose presence underscores the global relevance of what we are doing here today. We also have the leadership of distinguished governmental agencies whose mandates align with these goals. The National Communication Authority, National Information Technology Agency, Data Protection Commission, Cyber Security Authority, and the Copyright Office. Your participation is not only welcome, it is vital. You help lead the charge in policy to ensure that the digital space is secure, ethical, and sustainable. The diversity of voices here reflects the digital complexity of workforce management and the richness of today's solutions, from private sector players to public regulators and enablers. These experts will lead us through the keynote speeches, solidarity messages, panel discussions, and the main solution exhibitions and demos. We say a very big thank you to our sponsors, Workflow by Lene HR, Meltwater Entrepreneurial School of Technology, Newmont Ghana, the Ministry of Communications, and all others whose commitment have brought this event to life. This is a playground, so I invite each of you to engage fully, explore the demos, and make meaningful connections. The future of work is among us. Let's build it together. Thank you, and let the HR Tech Playground begin. Good morning.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. How many of you thought that this is a recorded version? This is not a recorded message. They just took my voice and put a script, and AI is able to demonstrate how I mention every word when I speak. So this is just a picture they took of me. So this is what technology can do. So it's not a recorded version. They did it just this morning using my picture and my voice. I have my speech here. So technology can do a lot of things for us. There's one aspect that I need to highlight. Ghana, when I check, Ghana already has 20,000 software developers in this country. Now, the government has promised to train 1 million coders. And as I indicated, that represents close to 3% of Ghana's population. We are 35 million. China already has 9.4 million. 9.4 million coders. Chinese population is 1.41 billion. So ours is 3% of our population. China is 0.7% of their population. Now, if we continue this trend, in the next 10 years, Ghana and China, which one will have more advantage in terms of coding or coders? So it's only when we sustain what we initiate, we can be ahead of China. So we need to be serious with whatever we put in place and sustain it with effort and with integrity. Another thing I highlighted, I'm in the HR industry. I do HR business. Software developers, our innovators, the HR community is crying. They barely can afford your softwares. They are too expensive. I'm calling on you. As I said, software doesn't have to be expensive to be useful. We are tech people, but let us consider our environment, reduce or use sustainable material to develop the software, and it will be more helpful to our HR community. Thank you very much.
Ladies and gentlemen, please let's appreciate him one more time. Let's do it better for Mr. Laar. Thank you. So, Mr. Laar, if someone should use your picture to see all kinds of things, how would you be able to rectify that?
Actually, that's the reason why we did this. And we have the Data Protection Commission here, Cyber Security, and National Communication Authority, and all those who are well-versed in tech. So we have regulators. They also need to protect us. And that is the reason why we have the HR community here, the innovators who want us to patronize their softwares. And then we have the regulators to show us what we should be mindful of and how people can be responsible in the use of software or AI. So that's why we have them here. They will tell us what will happen if you use my picture to do anything else. Thank you very much.
Thank you too. It sounds interesting but dangerous, because if someone should use your picture to do anything, I wonder what's going to happen. But once again, let's appreciate Mr. James Laar for that presentation. And we have a rep from the Ministry of Digital. When I just mentioned digital, something came to mind, but let me just keep quiet. The digitalization era. And we have a rep. Those of you who are thinking some way, please. I didn't mention one thing, I just said digital. So whatever you are thinking, that is up to you, please. So we'll be taking a keynote speech from the rep from the ministry. Unfortunately, the Honorable Sam George couldn't join us here today. So he has sent a rep to stand or wear his big shoes. And I'll just read a summary of his profile. He's a big man. The profile I have here, if I decide to read everything, that should take me about 20 minutes. So I'll just read something brief about this important personality, and then we'll take it from there. So Mr. Emmanuel Fury, Director in charge of the Innovations Directorate of the Ministry of Communication, Digital Technology and Innovations, is primarily responsible for identifying, developing, and executing strategic initiatives that promote innovation, collaboration, and economic advancement. Additionally, he leads innovative interventions, ensuring policy alignment and fostering partnerships with various stakeholders, including government agencies, private sector entities, and international organizations. Mr. Fury has extensive knowledge and leadership in the development and implementation of spectrum management, ICT policies, and regulations governing the communication sector. With over 23 years' experience in the civil service, Mr. Emmanuel Fury has been part of a team that developed the Ghana ICT for Accelerated Development Policy, National Telecom Policy, Digital Terrestrial Television Policy, Ghana Digital Economy Policy and Strategy. He has also contributed to the development of various policy initiatives in the ECOWAS sub-region. Ladies and gentlemen, let's make welcome Mr. Emmanuel Fury from the Ministry of Digital Technology and Innovations. Please let's make it better for him as he comes. You're welcome, sir.
Good morning to you all. I'm going to read a speech on behalf of my boss, Honorable Sam George. But before I read his speech, I just want to pass a comment about the last question that was posed to the CEO for HR Focus. In about 5 years ago, we were all worried about the negative effects of AI. So if you mention AI, it was an abomination because of what AI can do to you. But the world has shifted focus on the bad nature of AI to the good. So now everybody is talking about AI for good. So we will not allow the negative part of AI to overshadow the very good side of AI. So now let's focus on the AI. The errors, we will find a way to address but the efficiency that it brings to us and the transparency is what everybody is talking about. And that's technology. So every technology has its bad side, but as a people, we want to focus on the good and how it benefits us. Just to address that. And now I'll read my boss's speech to you. So, a CEO of HR Focus and your team, captains of industry, entrepreneurs, public sector leaders, emerging young professionals, distinguished guests, esteemed colleagues, ladies and gentlemen, all protocols observed. Good morning. I'm representing the Minister for Ministry of Communications, Digital Technology and Innovations, Honorable Sam Nati George, and he sends his warmest regards and full support for this important gathering. We congratulate HR Focus Africa on this significant milestone. HR Tech Playground 2025 is a significant addition to Ghana's rapidly advancing digital innovation and logistics landscape. The theme for this event, the role of technology and AI in solving Africa's talent, skills, and strategy gaps, is very timely and more relevant. Across the continent, we stand at a critical inflection point. Our youthful population, growing digital economies, and the transformative power of technology present an unprecedented opportunities. Yet these prospects are accompanied by persistent challenges, including skills mismatches, underutilized talent, lack of opportunities, and fragmented workforce strategies. However, these challenges offer a hopeful opportunity for policymakers and governments across the globe. Indeed, Ghana and Africa is ready to lead in shaping how technology and artificial intelligence impact the most critical resource on this continent, our people. We are the youngest continent in the world. Over 60% of our population is under the age of 25. This statistic should excite us and make us sober. This is because the youth without the right skills and opportunity can just as easily become a burden instead of a blessing. Across Africa, mobile broadband now covers over 85% of the population, yet only about 43% of people are actively using the internet. We have access to some level of infrastructure and devices to access the digital infrastructure through applications. For this to be beneficial to our socio-economic development, we require the right skill set, which is industry aligned, for job creation, enabling policies, and a conducive workplace culture that foster growth. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, the advancement in technology is changing the world, but emerging technologies such as AI is influencing how people work efficiently, how people are hired, trained, retrained, and even exited. A 2025 South Africa report found that 85% of African organizations have prioritized AI development. The same study noted that 83% are actively exploring generative AI in human resource and talent operations, from smart CV screening to predictive performance management and AI-driven employee engagement. Being aware of the technology advancement in emerging technologies is, as a ministry, we are reviewing our national AI strategy to address current and future needs. We intend to drive the adoption of AI across government with defined strategies and key performance indicators to ensure efficiency and transparency within the public sector. This objective will be largely driven by the trained workforce that support the public service. The skill shortage in relevant and strategic areas such as coding, data analytics, cloud computing, cybersecurity, and AI fluency are being addressed through key interventions and policy goals. As industries evolve, so must our people. We are moving away from static, one-size-fits-all training models toward continuous AI-supported learning ecosystems. The ministry is leading impactful programs such as the 1 Million Coders program. Its intention is to address a skill gap that we have as a country to be able to attract enough jobs for our people. We also have a deliberate policy to bridge the digital gender gap, and we have an initiative called the Girls in ICT Initiative to promote digital literacy and build confidence among young women and girls, as well as bridge the gender divide by encouraging greater female participation in technology-related fields. We also are a ministry for innovation, so we are also promoting what we call a Miss Gig Ghana competition, which nurtures creative leadership and entrepreneurship among young women in technology and innovation. We are also promoting strategic partnership with global edtech platforms that deliver modular, remote, and inclusive learning opportunities. These efforts leverage adaptive technologies to personalize learning experiences, monitor progress in real time, and certify in-demand skills aligned with Ghana's and Africa's future workforce requirements. The future of work cannot be left to chance. We are championing the use of AI-based forecasting, predictive analytics, and real-time labor market insights to help ministries, agencies, and industries make smarter, forward-looking decisions. Through investments in labor market observatories, national job platforms, and scenario modeling tools, we aim to ensure that education planning, policy formulation, and private sector talent strategies are proactive, evidence-based, and aligned with future workforce demands. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, we must also address strategy gaps in grooming and utilizing our human resources effectively. It is all about aligning people, process, and purpose. There are 4 strategy gaps that I want to bring up to our attention. One is planning gap. Many organizations adopt tech tools without long-term digital HR strategies. Second, policy gap. Too few companies have policies around AI ethics, data privacy, or employee upskilling. We must set clear rules not just to protect employees, but to empower them. 3, people gap. Tech adoption often sidelines older staff, like me, or non-technical employees. Inclusion must mean everyone grows, not just the young or the tech savvy. This provides an opportunity for training and upskilling. Partnership gap. HR and IT departments must work together. One manages people, the other manages platforms. But in the future workplace, they are one and the same. So here is my message to you all. If your organization is not taking digital transformation seriously, then you are preparing to be irrelevant. AI is not the enemy, as some wants to portray. It is the new electricity. If we ignore it, we will be left in the dark. HR is no longer a support function, but a strategic engine, and it fuels technology. Let us build cultures of continuous learning and innovation within our various institutions, especially the public service. We often look to the West for digital inspiration, but I believe the next big breakthroughs in people innovation can emerge from Africa. We can build from scratch, customize for our culture, our values, and our people. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I would like to commend HR Focus for creating this platform. It is not a side conversation, but the main stage. As a ministry, we seek to be collaborators, pushing this all-important message of making best use of the talented, youthful population we have, with the right skills and proper job alignment to unearth their full potential for the benefit of Ghana. Let us build a digitally confident, strategically sound, and AI-ready Africa, starting today. Thank you very much.
Please, let's appreciate him one more time. Thank you very much, Mr. Emmanuel. Thank you very much. I don't know if anyone has a question for him. If something was unclear to you and you'd want to ask a question, please feel free, raise your hand, and the microphone will be given to you to ask your question. Even if it's not a question, it's a concern you want the ministry to address. There's someone like that here. Oh, then we are all brilliant students. Let's clap for ourselves. Hello? Okay, thank you very much. So once again, I want to acknowledge our sponsors. This program is proudly sponsored by Workflow, and then also sponsored by MTN, MEST, Samara Group, and then KGL. The owner of this vehicle should kindly take notes. We want you to park your car very well. I think it's a branded car, yes, KGL, GS62224. JS62224. If you are here, kindly make your way to the car park. We want you to park very well for us. All right. So we want to get another important person to share something with us. It's a solidarity message, sorry. And then it's in the person of the other name. When he comes, I would want him to pronounce it himself, because I'm very sure I'll murder his name. Mr. Tolu Kweku. The other one, I'll wait. When he comes, he'll mention it himself. Some of us were born in the village, so when we see some names, it's quite difficult for us. But let me just try. Mr. Tolu Kweku Lacroix. When he comes, he'll pronounce it for me. So let me just introduce him. Mr. Tolu Kweku, the other name, is the Executive Director of the UN Global Compact Network Ghana, where he leads efforts to promote responsible business practices aligned with the UN Global Compact's 10 principles on human rights, labor, environment, and anti-corruption. With a background in business advocacy and sustainability, he is passionate about advancing gender equality and has spoken widely on equal pay, living wage, and inclusive leadership. He is also a strong advocate for Africa's intercontinental trade and the African Union's Agenda 2063, which he sees as key to the continent's next development renaissance. Ladies and gentlemen, with a round of applause, let's welcome Mr. Tolu Kweku to give us a message from the UN Global Impact. Let's do it better for him, please. Please, before I go, kindly mention the other name for me.
Sure.
So please, what's the name?
Tolu Kweku Lacroix.
Pardon?
Lacroix.
Lacroix.
It's French.
French. I had I had an F in French, that's why.
Oh,
Thank
sorry.
you. Yeah.
Good morning, everyone. It's a big pleasure to be here on this very, very important topic, especially dealing with AI, which I think is a much bigger deal than most people realize. It is a tool that can help Africa leapfrog many technological obstacles to be able to power through business, initiatives, everything. About the AI image of Mr. Laar's, I've actually seen so many AI images and videos now to the point that I was actually able to recognize that that was AI, because the way he was smiling with his teeth, I knew it was definitely AI. But this technology is going to improve. It's going to get to a point very soon in the near future where AI is going to more accurately reflect our mannerisms, our looks, our gazes. And we should definitely think about the safeguards to make sure that someone looking like us is not doing something we don't want to be doing, and then BNI or FBI shows up and say, hey, we saw you over here. I said, please, it wasn't me, it was AI. At the same time, it is a tool that will benefit all of us. So with that being said, I'll go into my address. So distinguished guests, the Honorable Minister Sam George, who is not here today, fellow HR professionals, tech leaders, sponsors and partners, young innovators, ladies and gentlemen. This morning, it is a pleasure to join you at this important convening, the HR Tech Playground, under the powerful theme, Powering Global Talent, Innovation through AI, Technology, and Strategy. And on behalf of the UN Global Compact Network Ghana, I would like to commend HR Focus for leading the charge in creating platforms that equip organizations with the tools and insights needed to drive innovation in talent development and workforce transformation. We are living through a profound shift in how we work, hire, manage talent. At the heart of this powerful shift is the convergence of artificial intelligence, automation, and data analytics tools that, when harnessed ethically and strategically, can redefine recruitment and HR for the better. But it isn't just about technology, it's about using technology to enhance human potential, to unlock inclusion, and to create agile, responsible workplaces aligned with global standards of sustainability, equality, and innovation, values at the UN Global Compact that we hold to our core. So what does it mean to harness AI and tech in HR? AI-powered tools are already streamlining traditionally slow mentoring hiring process. By automating resume screening and candidate matching, organizations can vet thousands of applicants in seconds, dramatically reducing time to hire. AI also injects precision into talent acquisition by applying consistent criteria, machine learning algorithms, analyzing work histories and skills to predict who will be an excellent in the role, and reducing guesswork and turnover in short. So these tools help recruiters make choices with greater speed and precision while freeing them to focus on the human side of hiring. Predictive analysis can now assess skills alignment, flag biases in job description, and project employing success rates based on performance data to help organizations make better decisions. In learning and development, intelligent platforms to create customized growth, AI-driven labs and tools recommend courses based on employee roles and skill gaps and interests. Again, AI analysis, productivity, and engagement metrics can give real-time feedback so managers can now personalize goals and use this when promoting fairness and evaluation. So, how does this work? How does this align with our work at the UN Global Compact? At the UN Global Compact, we work with over 25,000 companies globally to align business practices with the principles of human rights, labor, the environment, and anti-corruption. In Ghana, our network supports private sector in embedding sustainability and ethical business in their corporations. As we embrace AI in HR, we must wield it responsibly. The UN Global Compact reminds us that the fundamental human rights and labor principles are non-negotiable in recruitment and HR. And this means that AI systems must eliminate discrimination and uphold fairness. And this aligns with our principle 6 of our 10 principles, which states that no employment must be made with discrimination. So AI can indeed make more hiring meritocratic, recognizing talents irrespective of demographic biases that have long plagued recruitment. However, unchecked algorithms can also perpetuate bias. We must therefore commit to safeguards, training, diverse training data, algorithmic audits, and human oversight. Similarly, we must protect employees' rights to privacy and transparent processes. All personal data processed by AI-driven HR tools must be secure and compliant with regulations. That builds trust and aligns with SDG 16 on strong and safe institutions. In fact, analysts warn that failing to deploy AI ethically risks undermining process across multiple SDGs, particularly those relating to equality and decent work. By contrast, a responsible approach with clear accountability and fairness reinforces SDG 8, decent work and economic growth, and SDG 5, which speaks to gender equality. So for example, we can use AI to systematically remove biases from job descriptions and candidate pools that actively support diversity and inclusion. Furthermore, at the UN Global Compact, we believe in skills for the future. We invest in education and training through our Academy portal so that the workforce thrives alongside AI. Closing the digital skills gap is crucial, and indeed preparing employees for an AI economy supports SDG 4 in quality education and SDG 9 in industry, innovation, and infrastructure. By fostering a culture of innovation and continuous learning ensures that no one is left behind as technology evolves. My speech is rather long, so I'm going to skip to the end. So as we power global talent innovation through AI and strategy, let us remember that technology also means that it must have a human end. With bold leadership and ethical rigor, we can transform HR into a strategic engine for sustainable development. AI is already reshaping organizations worldwide by taking a proactive, people-centric approach, and HR can harness that power to drive growth, innovation, and employee satisfaction. Together, let us seize the promise of AI to build faster, smarter, and more inclusive workplace. By aligning innovation with our shared principles, Ghana and the world can not only fill jobs more efficiently, but we can also create more meaningful work and unlock potentials across communities. And especially when it comes to advancing the Sustainable Development Goals. The future is bright when tech and value power it side by side. Once again, thank you for your attention, and I wish you a successful expo.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Maybe I should try again. Tolu Kweku Lakwa. That's right. Okay, good. My friend teacher will be impressed. Tolu Kweku Lakwa. Let's do it one more time for Mr. Tolu. So he mentioned continuous learning as something very important in this AI revolution. And we also want you to know that this event is just a prelude to the conference. Every year we have the HR Focus Awards and Conference. And this year it will be happening Friday, October 17, 2025. So let's look out for that particular program. And normally we just have these small sessions just as a build-up to our main event in October. Last year was at the MTN office, the basement, and this year we are here. So it's an improvement. Let's appreciate Lene HR Focus Universe for putting this together. Yes, from a basement to this place, that is an improvement. And also, if you want to be a part of the HR Focus Universe platform, there are a few placards going around, and there will be a QR code on the screen. If you want to be a member of the HR Focus Universe, please just scan the QR code and then be a part of it. It comes with amazing offers or some discounts from our partners. So if you're a member of the HR Focus Universe, if you go to, say, Amasha Opticals, you have a discount because you are a member of the HR Focus Universe. If you're a fan of play, whenever Uncle Ebo has a play either at the National Theatre or wherever, because you're a member of HR Focus Universe, you will have a discount. So look out for the placards or on the screen. when the QR code is displayed, you can actually scan, and then you will be onboarded to the HR Focus Universe platform. Very shortly, we'll be acknowledging a few key people in our midst, but I just want to be sure that certain people are here. So if we have Mrs. Stella Ejenim Boatin, Vice Chairman of the Public Services Commission, please, is she here? Let's appreciate Mrs. Stella Ejenim Boatin. Thank you very much, Madam, for taking time off your busy schedule to be here. And do we have Mrs. Rachel Rahel Appenton, HR Director of Telecel? Is she here? Thank you very much. Please, is it Rachel or Rahel? Rachel. All right, so I was right. Yes. So we'll soon be acknowledging a few more people who have taken time off their busy schedule to be here. And you as well, for taking time off your busy schedule to be here. And earlier I mentioned that if you run away from work, I pray God will protect you so that your boss or your work colleague will not support you here. I pray that God will shield you. Say amen. Okay, so we have seen all those who were running away from high school and they brought it to the corporate world. That's just by the way. And we are also sponsored by Workflow, MEST, Newmont Ghana, Samara Group, and then KGL. So in the course of the session, we shall visit the various stands or exhibitors for us to know what exactly they are using technology to do in today's evolving business world. Have you had a good time so far? If you don't respond, I'll just put someone on the spot and ask a question. And we have some freebies around too. So if you answer a question very well, you'll be able to enjoy some discounts from some partners or some sponsors. So we just want to have a quick trivia session. We ask a few questions. If you know the answer, you just help us with the answer. So if I can get one of my team members to help me with the microphone to just take it around for those who want to answer my questions. If any of my team members are around from HR Focus. Okay, so there's a question there. Okay. So the first question, are we ready? Oh, are we ready? It's not WASI, Just take your time. Okay, so what is the primary benefit of using AI in recruitment? What is the primary benefit of using AI in recruitment? We have 4 possible answers. A, reduce time to hire. B, improved candidate experience. C, increased diversity. And D, all of the above. A, reduce time to hire. B, improve candidate experience. C, increase diversity. And D, all of the above. Who is giving it a try? Yes, I can see my good friend there.
Yes, D.
D is the correct answer. All of the above. Let's appreciate him. So right after the program, see me for 2 Ghana cedis. Thank you. Why? 2 cedis. All right, next question. Which AI-powered tool can help screen resumes and predict candidate fit? Who can just mention the answer without the possible answers? Let me read the question again. Which AI-powered tool can help screen resumes and predict candidate fit? A, applicant tracking system. B, candidate relationship management. C, predictive analytics tool. And D, resume screening software. Who is giving it a try? So we have 2 CDs from this side. Who else is going for 3 CDs? Yes, so 3 CDs is here. Janet. Oh, that's not Janet. There's a hand here. We'll get ready with the next question. Okay, so let's go. A, applicant tracking system. Let's give her a hand. So please, what's your name? Anita. All right, so 3 CDs for you, and then my other gentleman, 2 CDs, so 5 CDs in all. So finance director, please get ready for you to pay. Third question. How can AI help improve employee engagement? How can AI improve employee engagement? A, by analyzing sentiment analysis. B, by providing personalized feedback. C, by predicting employee turnover. And D, all of the above. A, by analyzing sentiment analysis. B, by providing personalized feedback. C, by predicting employee turnover. And D, all of the above. Can we get someone from the middle side? It won't affect your GPA. You are done. You are done with your GPA. Let's give it a try. Should I read the question again? I should read it again. Okay. How can AI help improve employee engagement? A, by analyzing sentiment analysis. B, by providing personalized feedback. C, by predicting employee turnover. And D, all of the above. Who is trying?
All of the above.
All of the above is the correct answer. So you get 4 Ghana cedis. 4 Ghana cedis. Let's give a round of applause. 4 Ghana cedis. Oh, let's do it better. 4 cedis is good, though. From Shiashi to Okonglo is 4 cedis, so it is good. Okay. All right, so that was just by the way. So we are about to have our first panel discussion, and we have some distinguished personalities who will help us in our panel discussion. But before they come up shortly, I would want to read their profile or their bio for us to have a sense of who they are and what they will be sharing with us. So we have Mrs. Phyllis Wontumi. I hope I got the pronunciation right. Wontumi. Let me read her profile real quick, and then she'll join us on stage. Phyllis Wontumi is a dynamic and accomplished human resource and project management professional known for driving organizational transformation through values-driven leadership, strategic alignment, and people empowerment. With a strong track record of building collaborative cultures and leading high-impact change initiatives, she brings both strategic foresight and operational agility to her work. Phyllis holds a senior certified professional designation, a bachelor's degree in human resource management, and an advanced executive mastery certificate in business administration with specializations in oil and gas, project management, and human resource management. Her career spans both the public and private sectors across international NGOs and corporate enterprises. She currently serves as the Group Head of HR and Administration at KGL Group and was previously the Head of HR and Administration at Mary Stopes Ghana, where she played a pivotal role in shaping progressive people strategies and organizational resilience. Phyllis' areas of expertise include HR operations and strategy design, short-term and long-term, compensation and budgetary planning, process re-engineering and change management, talent acquisition and workforce planning, leadership development and program administration. With deep knowledge in policy education, organizational development, and talent optimization, she is passionate about fostering workplaces that are not only compliant, but also connected, purpose-driven, and inclusive. She served on the governing board of Lead International School, a private educational institution supporting learners from early childhood to junior high school. Beyond her professional achievements, Phyllis is an advocate for personal well-being, work-life balance, and youth development. She's a resourceful leader and mentor, committed to helping others reflect, realign, and rise in both career and purpose. Ladies and gentlemen, let's welcome Mrs. Phyllis Wontumi on stage. Let's do it better for her, please. Kindly have a seat for us. Thank you very much. Okay. The second key person to join us on this panel, Mr. Benjamin Norte. Benjamin Norte is a seasoned entrepreneur and engineer with over 17 years of experience in robotics and STEM education. As a founder and CEO of Mingo Box, a leading AI tech company based in Accra, Ghana, he is at the forefront of revolutionizing educational and consumer robots. Over the years, he has been a trailblazer, leading the development of robots that set new standards in the industry, from cloud robotics to hardware agnostic robot software and redistributable technology packages. His company designs humanoid social robots capable of working in various sectors such as banks, hospitality, healthcare, retail, and airports to enhance the customer experience. Beyond his entrepreneurial pursuits, Benjamin is deeply committed to advancing Sustainable Development Goals, SDGs, through his work. By aligning his projects with the global agenda, he ensures that his innovations have a positive impact on communities and environment. Please let's make welcome Mr. Benjamin Norte to join us. All right, thank you very much. Can we please get an extra microphone? All right. You're all welcome once again. Okay. So in the first panel discussion, we'll be looking at the topic, harnessing tech and AI in recruitment and people operations for greater speed, precision, and impact. I'll read it once again. Harnessing tech and AI in recruitment and people operations for greater speed, precision, and impact. Mr. Ben, once again, you're welcome.
Thank you.
Mrs. Phyllis, you're welcome.
Thank you.
We can hear your voice now. So let's just start with your career life. I'll start with Ben. Yeah. Did you envisage that a time like this will come where we evolve from the traditional way of doing things to the current dispensation we find ourselves in? Did you see anything like that when you started your career?
Yes, absolutely. So, the discussion of AI has been around for a very long time, since the 50s. Okay, and I think in many developed countries, AI has been part of them for quite a long time, and it's quite evident in how they have structured their economies, from transportation to financial services and education and what have you. So this is a technology that has been around for quite a while. I know that in Ghana, AI became quite popular because of ChatGPT, which emerged about a year or so ago, and everybody became aware of what AI can do. But yes, the possibilities has been around with us for a very long time. I remember during my childhood days, there was a particular movie that I used to enjoy. It's called Knight Rider. And at the time, Knight Rider, you see a lot about how technologies are being used. So at the time, we're seeing how speech recognitions are used, how facial recognition, and all the technologies that we're talking about, were being portrayed to us. So as a matter of fact, yes, this is a future that some of us we expected, and we really worked our way to it.
Interesting. So if you're in the spiritual world, you have said you were a prophet. You saw this coming. Something like that. All right. Thank you very much. Let me go to Mrs. Phyllis. So how about you? Did you also envisage something like this, that's in the work world, especially in HR, a time will come where we'll be doing what we are doing now with technology?
Thank you. For me, I don't think any of us in this room has been oblivious of the fact that the world was changing. I mean, we've seen movies like The Matrix, amongst others, where you see a lot of changes, you see dynamic things, you see transformation. I think we find ourselves in a part of the world where it is easy to assume that, well, this is going on in the world, but it will take some time before it gets to us. So let's chill, relax. When it gets to us, it gets to us. But really, we find ourselves in an era where things are changing very fast. The world is moving towards digital transformation, and the sooner we adopt and get along with what is the trends, I think we may be left behind. So this been long coming. I think for me, we got exposed to computer very early. My dad was away, and one of the first computers we got was, I think, an IBM, the big one with the Tikopo type. And it was exciting, learning new things, getting ahead. But when you watch movies, you realize that what you have now is actually aged back in somewhere else or somewhere more developed. And it was something that spurred me on to do more, to learn more, to find myself in a space where you can leverage the current trends in my profession. So yeah, it's been part of my career from the start.
Wow, that's a good introduction. Please let's appreciate our panelists. So let me stay with Mrs. Wontumi and help us appreciate what it means when we talk about recruitment. So someone will be wondering, what exactly is recruitment? So in layman perspective, what does it mean when we talk about recruitment?
When we say recruitment, it's basically bringing a qualified person on board your team to perform or fill a certain role or a certain gap within the institution. So it covers the initial screening, initial sourcing, that is trying to get relevant or competent candidates as a CVs, gathering CVs, the screening phase, the interviewing, the offer stage, and then finally bringing the person on board, basically.
Okay, so if I got it right, it's basically attracting a pool of qualified applicants, and then you take them through various stages, and you finally give them an offer and you onboard them. That is recruitment in summary.
Certainly.
Great. And our IT man, let me call you IT man for today. What recruitment tasks do you think are most suitable for automation using AI and which require human oversight? Which of these processes do you think require AI?
Okay, so let me just make a point that, this AI thing has become a very big conversation. And for many, they see it from a very negative light in terms of, the fears that AI is going to, take over our jobs. But let me just be quick to say that, these technologies are here to augment the human effort, our capabilities, our abilities to, get things done. And so typically, I just like to take a scenario from, let's say, a large corporation that is recruiting thousands of people into, let's say, a call center, a job. Typically, I can just imagine what it would take for, one to go through CVs, trying to match the skills to the job requirement. And so that is where AI actually comes in, okay, so you take a task like recruitment, where you are reviewing or screening these CVs. You can actually, feed that data to an AI because it's been trained just like a human being to, understand the parameters for who qualifies to be, the right candidate. And so that is how, one way you can typically use AI, and especially for very repetitive and tedious tasks, AI can really come in handy to, help you to get the work done, so you can actually focus on other, important tasks.
So talking about some parameters, assuming you put in some parameters in the system and an applicant fails to put that particular word in his or her CV, that can go against the person. However, it could also be that that's the right candidate you are looking for, but because the person inputs, say, implements in his or her CV, the system will automatically reject that person. What are some of the downsides to some of these things when you are talking about parameters in the system?
So, AI is as good as, how you train it, the kind of data, information that you feed it. And I believe if you give me that task, that responsibility to screen people, you're definitely going to be giving me some, parameters, things to look out for to ensure that someone qualifies for this role. So typically, you're transferring that same capabilities to an AI system to be able to, perform such tasks. And so, yeah, these are some of the downfalls, but if you really give it the right training, the right data, it will definitely give you the right outputs.
So it's about right data. If you don't give it the right data, you're not going to get what you are looking for in the various candidates. Right. Thank you very much. Let's please appreciate Benjamin Nolte. Let's appreciate him. So, Mrs. Phyllis, now in talking about some of these AI tools, and obviously sometimes we say the greatest assets of an organization is the human resources, the people. So now the question will be, how can AI tools improve candidate experience without dehumanizing the hiring process? I don't know if the question is clear. How can AI tools improve the whole recruitment process with take humans out of the whole process when you are using AI tools?
Thank you. So maybe I'll be from where he left off with regards to properly setting the parameters for the AI tools that you're using. If any of us has used ChatGPT, it tells you to reassess the feedback because it can make mistakes. And basically that is it. There's never a point that you take the human out of HR. And there's never a point where you allow yourself to completely depend on the AI tool that you're using without the human effect to it. So basically, AI is supposed to enhance and amplify the work that you do. But at every point in time, you need to keep an eye on what you're doing and provide that human interface. So what AI does is lay the bedrock, basically, to ease up the work that you are doing, to allow you more time to be human with your people, and then to be able to take strategic decisions. So basically, being able to audit the system. Sometimes it's important to have a third-party audit to ensure that the experience that you're providing to your people or your candidates or potential employees are top-notch, basically.
A friend of mine in a different organization was sharing something with me. He was saying that they have, okay, let me just skip that part. A particular manager is of the view that the HR department is not necessary. You can just have 2 people in the HR department. The rest, AI can do everything for the organization. How should we also tackle such assumptions, such perceptions that some hiring managers or employers have about the HR department? Once there's AI, I don't need a large HR team. Just get 1 person or 2 people. The rest, AI will just take care of it. How can we deal with such assumptions or perceptions?
Okay, so...
Oh, okay, let me go to Ben. Then I come to Mrs. Phyllis.
Okay, so let me just say that AI is not perfect. AI also comes with its limitation. And it's important that within the work environment, we are able to, determine, what goes for AI and what goes for, human. There are certain, judgmental, ideas that, human beings can pretty much, do best. And what we also need to understand is that AI and humans are like collaborators, okay? They are teammates. So you can't necessarily at this point in time entirely, take out one and, replace with the other. So, there has to be a way we synergize. There are certain aspects that AI is so good at. AI can, handle certain processes very well. But when it comes to certain aspects, things to do with judgment, things to do with, being a little bit more critical about issues. Yes, AI has some capabilities, but we also need to, see how we can, bring the human touch to it. Because even for very advanced countries, China, and places like that, there's still that, we haven't left all the job for AI. Yes, AI is taking a huge aspect of the role, but there's still fundamentally, a human being, engaging and interfacing, because, these technologies at some point, have the potential to fail.
So it's all about the synergy. And I think last year at the MTN office, Mr. William, I don't know if he's here, he mentioned, or just to light on that, there's a human part, there's an AI part, it's equal to a certain equation I've forgotten, because I had E8 in elective math. So it has distorted my whole equation thing. But thank you for that. So it's all about synergizing both AI and the human part to ensure there's efficiency in the organization. Mrs. Phillips, please add a few words to that if you want to.
Okay, thank you. So traditionally, HR was what I would term, or what we were known to be, hire and fire and everything in between. In present days, we are called to do more in terms of providing strategic direction to businesses, ensuring the bottom lines. And sorry, for most successful businesses, and for business leaders here who would keep me honest, business is about people and operations. So regardless of any level of C-suite or what profession you require, it's people who will drive the initiatives. So there's, like Mr. Ben said, that synergy is important. AI cannot sit across the table and ask an employee, how are you? Or shake hands to give commendation, at least, not yet. However, where the human comes in, the human element, for instance, if AI is able to predict that maybe this person is a flight risk or there's this level of disengagement, that is when HR comes in to put in the necessary initiatives or interventions to ensure that that talent or those category of talents are retained. Thank you.
Thank you very much. And I'm told Professor Eric Afodazi is here, is supposed to join us for this discussion. Prof, if you're around, please let's see you. Prof. Is Prof here? Okay, we'll proceed. I'm sure he will join us shortly, but he's in the building, he's around. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about ethics in using this AI thing. So the question will be, how can HR leaders audit and mitigate algorithm bias in AI-powered hiring systems?
Well, so, like any institution, even within the human context, there's always that tendency for us to be biased, right? There's that tendency for us to have our own favorites, and also sometimes based on our beliefs, we are likely to make decisions towards that. So the thing with, how we can manage this bias also has to do with, the data. Everything, once you think about AI, the first thing you need to think about is, data. So if you're training your AI, right, if you're training it with some biased data, okay, then chances are that, the AI is going to be, biased. Okay, if, for example, you've trained your AI to, or you're using some data sets to train it that favors, more women than men, then chances are that, this AI is going to behave that way. So in order for us to eliminate this kind of, biases that occur within the system, we also need to look at the quality of data and ensure that there is a lot of balance. Then chances.
Some regulations around it and how to guide that data is being used for. It is important for us to note that as we try to regulate AI in our space. There are also global regulations like the GDPR, that is the General Data Protection for most European countries. There's the EOCC for America, as well as a few others that have been put in place to ensure that the use of AI is properly regulated, not just for HRs, but across board for any institution or function or bodies that collect data or need to utilize AI for anything that they do, because